Success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation, there is sure to be failure. That's a quote from Confucius. And did I ever learn this lesson the hard and expensive way? Quote, "Stop all activity. I don't want to operate on you." End quote. That was from my doctor. Now, have you ever heard your doctor say those words to you? They got my attention big time. Have you ever been injured exercising? I sure have, and if you know my story, then you know how I severely injured my back from years of running. But there's more to it than just that. Now, two things I never did when I was a runner was warming up before running and stretching afterwards. These were two huge, costly mistakes. Now, at most, I might have bent over to touch my toes right before I ran, but I later realized this did more damage than any good. Now, stretching increases your range of motion and flexibility by decreasing stiffness, by making your soft tissues, such as your muscles and ligaments, longer. But you must know when to stretch, and that's the key message of this podcast. Stretching after exercising offers several benefits to enhance your overall fitness and well-being. By stretching after walking or working out, you will experience improved flexibility and range of motion, enhanced muscle recovery, reduced muscle tension and stress, injury prevention, and improved athletic performance. Now, there are two main types of stretches. There is dynamic stretches, which are controlled movements that prepare your muscles, ligaments, and other soft tissue for performance and safety. There is static stretching, and those are which you just stand, sit, or lie still and hold a single position for up to 45 seconds. Now, both stretches have different purposes and should be used at different times in your workout. I'll explain more in this podcast. Now, this episode is all about avoiding the big mistake most athletes make. Yes, even professionals make this mistake. As Confucius writes, "Success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation, there is sure to be failure." Let's begin to learn more. Caution, the information contained in this podcast may cause you to feel better than you have ever felt in your entire life. Symptoms include a broader smile, happier disposition, brighter outlook on life, and a general feeling of bliss. Proceed with wild abandon. Hello, I'm Frank Ring, the author of the Amazon bestseller, Walking for Health and Fitness, the easiest way to get in shape and stay in shape. I discovered the healing power of walking after a severe back injury put me out of work for 4 months and literally left me on my back trying to relieve the pain and heal. Through my books, website, YouTube videos, walking programs, and now this podcast, it's my mission to help others achieve a healthy, balanced lifestyle one step at a time through walking. Join me each episode as I discuss the physical and emotional benefits of walking, along with information about fitness, mindset, nutrition, wellness, and more. So join me each week as I encourage you to walk on. And this episode's main topic, it's all about stretching and something that is just important, if not more so, and that is warming up. So let me talk about stretching. Dynamic versus static stretching. Now, for serious and not so serious athletes alike, stretching is crucial to playing or practicing a sport. Stretching increases your range of motion and flexibility by decreasing the stiffness, making your soft tissues, such as your muscles and ligaments, longer. It can also help improve your performance in your sport, help with soreness after exercise, and lower your chance of injury. Now, as mentioned in the introduction to this podcast, there are two types of stretches, static and dynamic. Dynamic stretches are controlled movements that prepare your muscles, ligaments, and other soft tissue for performance and safety. Dynamic stretches are a warming up of your muscles, and you'll do these before your walk or fitness activity. There is static stretches, and those are which you stand, you sit, or you lie down, and you hold a single position for up to 45 seconds. Static stretching should be done after you have thoroughly warmed up. Now, I stretch after I finish my walks, and the reason is simple. The walking motion is repetitive, and that's why I advocate walking, because it's so gentle on the body. Now, the walking stride generally doesn't vary. You do the same stride length, step after step. So while walking is gentle on the body, your muscles repeatedly move the same length over and over again. Now, when you complete your walk, you need to lengthen or stretch the muscle. This type of stretching is the static stretching. You extend or stretch a specific muscle to the point of resistance and then a little bit more. You hold that stretch from anywhere from 15 to 45 seconds, then release and repeat it as often as you need to feel loose. Now, an example of stretching is the calf muscle in your lower leg. Of course, walking, your legs really bear the brunt of the exercise, right? So, to stretch your calf muscle, you'd stand up, holding onto a support. You have one leg pushed backwards with the knee extended, and the entire sole of the foot is resting on the ground in such a way that the tension of the stretch is felt in the gastrocnemius muscle, which is the chief muscle of the calf of the leg. The forward leg remains semi-flexed, supporting the weight of the body as you lean forward. Then you hold this from anywhere from 15 to 45 seconds, okay, till you hold it to the point of resistance, a little bit further, then repeat as needed. Now, this is an example of a static stretch. Now, there are 5 key advantages of incorporating stretching into your post-workout routine, okay? So, stretching after exercising offers several benefits to enhance your overall fitness and well-being. Here are 5 key advantages. 1, improving flexibility and range of motion. Regular stretching helps to increase your flexibility by lengthening and loosening tight muscles and tendons. This leads to an improved range of motion in your joints, allowing for better overall movement and reduce the risk of injuries. Number 2, enhanced muscle recovery. Your muscles may feel tight or tired after a workout. Stretching promotes blood flow to the muscles, delivering oxygen and nutrients while removing metabolic waste products. Stretching aids in muscle recovery, reducing post-exercise soreness, and promote a faster healing. Number 3, reduce muscle tension and stress. Intense physical activity can cause muscle tension and tightness. Stretching helps to alleviate this tension by relaxing and lengthening the muscles, which can provide a sense of relief and relaxation. Stretching can also help reduce stress levels and promote a calm mental state. Number 4, injury prevention. Stretching is crucial in injury prevention by improving flexibility and addressing muscle imbalances. It helps to correct postural issues and counteracts the tightening effects of repetitive motions during exercise. Maintaining balanced muscle strength and flexibility reduces the risk of strains, sprains, and other exercise-related injuries. And number 5, improved athletic performance. Incorporating post-workout stretching into your routine can positively impact your athletic performance. By enhancing flexibility, range of motion, and muscle recovery, stretching can improve your overall physical capabilities. Stretching allows you to perform exercises and sports movements more effectively, with greater power, speed, and agility. Now remember to listen to your body when stretching and avoid bouncing or overstretching, which can lead to injury. As a reminder, stretching should never hurt. You should feel the muscle that you're stretching, but you stop if you feel pain. Now, my mantra is always the same: slow and steady wins the race. Now, with that said, a good warming up of your body is the key to staying injury-free. So now that I have addressed why you should stretch, let me tell you why you should warm up. Now, I've put the cart before the horse, in effect. But I feel I needed to address stretching first because most coaches and athletes, even us weekend warriors, all we talk about is the need to stretch more. So while stretching is important, the key to staying injury-free is the warm-up. This is what you do before you walk or do any other type of workout. The warm-up is what will keep you injury-free, but most of us spend the least amount of time on it, if any time at all. Now, the warm-up is the transition from inactivity to activity. The warm-up is dynamic stretches, which are controlled movements that prepare your muscles, ligaments, and other soft tissues for performance and safety. Now, dynamic stretches are a warming up of the muscles, and you'll do this before your walk or fitness activity. But while they're called dynamic stretches, you're not necessarily focusing on a muscle and moving it to the point of resistance and then some, as you do with the static stretches, okay? You're moving your body in a controlled way that just activates the muscle group and warms it up. An example of dynamic stretching is what I call ankle circles. Slightly raise your foot off the ground and gently rotate it in a circular motion, clockwise for several rotations, then counterclockwise for several rotations. Now picture your big toe as a pencil and you're drawing circles with it. With this dynamic stretch, you are warming up the muscles and tendons of your foot, ankle, and calf. Now, going back to our example of the static stretching of the calf muscle. If your calf muscle is not adequately warmed up and you do a static stretch, then you can cause a tear in the muscle fibers. If you're real aggressive with the static stretch, you can seriously injure yourself just by stretching the cold calf muscle. Now, with the static stretch, you would naturally back off if you felt pain, right? But imagine that you didn't warm up. You began hiking down a rocky trail and had to step down off a rock to the next rock. That extension of the cold, stiff calf muscle and your weight coming down on it could be more than enough to do serious damage to the muscle. Now, as an example, have you ever tried to use a rubber band that was sitting in your desk drawer for too long? Now, what happened when you stretched it? Chances are it snapped. You don't want this happening to your muscles. A quick warm-up with dynamic stretches, but I feel better saying that these are controlled body movements, is the way to go. So, why don't you do more dynamic stretching to warm up and static stretching after completing the walk? Well, chalk it up to these factors. Number one, maybe you didn't know the difference between dynamic and static stretches. Number two, maybe you didn't know the importance of each and when to perform them. Number three, and in my research, this is what I call friction points. A friction point is that thing that makes the task difficult to accomplish. So, one friction point could be you feel pressed for time. You don't want to warm up because you want to get started with your walk or other activities. Number two, think about this. After you've worked out, you might be sweaty. Do you want to lay down in the ground and stretch? Number three, some people have a hard time getting up and down off the floor to stretch, right? So if you've just begun a fitness routine and are not yet in shape, then the thought of getting up and down from the floor is a friction point. Without these friction points, though, you're more likely to perform the stretching routine. And think about this. When you're doing any of the sports, you're standing up, okay? Whether you're walking, running, softball, pickleball, tennis, golf, skiing, you don't do sports lying down. So why should you have to lay down to stretch your body, which is the thought that most people have when they think about stretching? So I've got a great solution for you and how you can make your warming up and stretching routine automatic. And I call it my Stretching for Health and Fitness course. It's hosted on the Teachable platform. It contains 5 videos that get right to the point so you can learn and apply my warm-up and stretching principles. There's a 36-page Stretching for Health and Fitness course booklet. There are 3 audio tracks, the warm-up, the stretching with explanation, and the stretching with music that guides you through each phase of the workout, and there's the stretching progress chart. It also includes 7 bonus content downloads, including the audio book version of my first book, Walking for Health and Fitness. That alone's a $20 value. That's more than the price of this course. There's my Walking Inspiration quarterly newsletter. There's my Get Out the Door checklist, 5 rituals for happiness and fulfillment, 10 tips to perfect your walking form, 40 inspirational walking quotes, and the power of plant-based nutrition. There are more bonuses with this program, so check it out. It's hosted on the Teachable platform. You'll get personalized, unique login, lifetime access to the program, safe and secure payment system, and a 14-day money-back guarantee. Now, here's the key component to my program. My stretching routine is done from the upright position. You do all the stretches while standing. This reduces the friction points I previously mentioned. Now, again, a friction point is that thing that makes the task difficult to accomplish. Again, you may be sweaty after you exercise. Do you really want to lay down on the ground and stretch? My program's audio tracks make your stretching routine nearly automatic. Now, before you work out, listen as I guide you through the gentle warm-up. That's your dynamic stretching. That's for your whole body, and you get that done in just 7 minutes. After you work out, you do the static stretches. I guide you through 11 easy-to-learn and perform stretches that begin at your feet and end up at your neck. Cover your whole body with this. Now, as a podcast listener, I have a great offer for you. Go to my Walking for Health and Fitness website. The Stretching for Health and Fitness course is under my product link. On checkout, use the coupon code PODCAST14. That's podcast, the number 14, no spaces. Use that when you check out, and you'll save another $7 off the already low price. Also, look for more discount offers on the other Walking for Health and Fitness products that I have. I'll also leave a link in the show notes. So once again, You can enroll in my Stretching for Health and Fitness course and take $7 off the regular price. Go to walkingforhealthandfitness.com. That's my website. Go to the products, and then the link is under there, Stretching for Health and Fitness course. Use the coupon code podcast and the number 14 when you check out. Save $7 off this already low price of this course. And in the fitness tip of the week, in keeping with the opening quote, right, that success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation, there is sure to be failure. Okay, let me talk about the power of a good warm-up. Just like trying to start your car on a cold morning, your body must also warm up before it can get the most out of it. The purpose of a warm-up, very simple. Increase the blood flow to your muscles, loosen muscles, joints, tendons, and ligaments, allow your body to move freely, cut the risk of injury, and get the brain engaged. Now, the American College of Sports Medicine considers warming up an essential part of any workout. Warming up is a transition between rest and activity. Now, the perfect warm-up is crucial, but it's not complicated. Do squats, lunges, high knees, calf raises, ankle circles, leg swings, pelvic loops, and arm circles. So again, check out my Stretching for Health and Fitness course. Again, I have a great 7-minute guided warm-up routine for you that covers all of the stretches all of the dynamic stretches that I just mentioned. And in this episode's cool down, this is from my walking logbook journal. It's available at amazon.com. Okay, every week there is a weekly insight. This is this week's insight. Pick positive people to walk with. Walking with good friends or loved ones is a great way to de-stress. What could be better than laughing, feeling relaxed, and being yourself? The people we spend time with have a huge impact on our emotional well-being, so pick positive walking partners. Make your walking time your positive energy time. Share about the good times that is happening in your life, including positive vibes, and ensure that the conversation goes both ways. Problems in life are unavoidable, but what better way to help you through them than discussing issues with those closest to you? But avoid spending the whole walk going over your latest worries. Planning things to look forward to with loved ones is a good mood booster. You can order the logbook journal through amazon.com, get over $60 in bonus content directly from me, including the audiobook version of my book, Walking Inspiration, a 12-month plan to inspire your health and fitness. Okay, so that's a great giveaway. The audiobook version of Walking Inspiration sells for $20 on my website, so that's much less than the cost of the paperback version of my walking logbook journal. So check out that great offer. It's a great book. So your next step, develop a warm-up routine that helps your body to transition from inactivity to activity. Then after your walk, develop and perform a stretching routine that stretches your body head to toe. And if you want to save time in developing this routine, check out my Stretching for Health and Fitness course. The course videos and audio tracks will save you time, and by preventing injury, you'll save money. As a programming note, I'll be releasing future Walking for Health and Fitness podcast episodes every 2 weeks. Now, I'm a high school teacher, and my summer break has come to an end. I'm pressed for time during the school year, and I don't want to rush this podcast and rush the process of getting it out week after week and lowering the quality. So look for the next episode in 2 weeks, and check out my Walking for Health and Fitness website. Check out the Walking for Health and Fitness YouTube channel. I've got over 150 videos now, and keep up to date with Walking for Health and Fitness until the next podcast. So this is Frank. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you, and walk on. And please give the Walking for Health and Fitness podcast a review. The most helpful place for you to do that is on Apple Podcasts, which you can do even if you aren't using an iPhone. Just log into your iTunes account and leave the show a review. Now, this really helps more people find the show so that they can learn about the benefits of walking and so much more. If you'd like to share the show, you can take a screenshot of this episode you're listening to right now and share it out on your Instagram stories. And when you do, make sure you tag me at Walking for Health and Fitness so I can see you're listening. Sharing your stories is going to help more people find this podcast. Also, share on all your social media. I'll leave my social media links in the episode notes. This is Frank Ring from Walking for Health and Fitness, Thanks again and walk on.